Howdy neighbors. In this video I want to show you guys a couple add-ons that I use to make my life just a little bit easier when it comes to animation and all that workflow and stuff. Alright, the first one I wanted to start with is this add-on called UCUPAINT. And basically it is a painting tool, a texture painting tool, where you can actually paint in layers, which is really nice. The Blender texture painting it's kind of destructive. You can't paint in layers, you can't take out a layer and subtract it, and it can get kind of annoying. It's doable, but I think it can be better, and UCUPaint can do a lot more. That's how I did the texture for my Dalmatian Sabbath, his skin and all this stuff. You can actually paint like on the model. So I'll just show you a quick preview of that. So basically, you know, just get your character, make sure you UV unwrap it. I like to add a little bit of an island margin, which is like kind of separating the UVs and giving a little bit of space between them. So like the texture, when you're painting, it doesn't kind of leak onto the next face in a sense. And then you create a material, quick UC paint node, and this asks you what kind of channels you want to paint. And you can do all of these, but I usually just do the color. And this is what it looks like. Basically, this is like the main color, or the starting color you want to work with. So let's go with like a red. And then these are the layers. And there is a lot of settings. I haven't touched any of these. I don't use this too much unless I'm doing like a character like Sabbath, where it needs to have like a texture and stuff. So I usually just go to new image. This asks you the resolution. I'm gonna go 2048 and okay. And then you go into texture paint. And yeah, you know, and then it's like texture painting. That's cool. And what's kind of dope is you can rename these. So I'm going to name them eyes. And you can change the opacity of it. Wow, that's like super cool. Yeah, so let's add another one. Let's do some like purple polka dots. Boop, 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 boop. Very nice, very nice. And I'm pretty sure you can change how it mixes. So do you want it to like overlay or difference and all of that, you know? So a lot of settings you can do with this. You can make some really nice textures, very detailed. It's kind of like Photoshop, a little simpler way of Photoshop, and then you can obviously erase. And then when you're done, you can either keep it in here or you can bake it. I tend to bake everything because I don't trust just keeping it in here. I've had some textures kind of disappear, and when you want to bake it, you just do bake all channels, pick what resolution you want, and yeah, then rebake it. So when it bakes it, it keeps it in Blender. I like to export it, so I'm gonna keep a new folder, textures, boom. So yeah, and then that's what the texture looks like. And basically what it's doing is it's taking all of your layers and then putting it into one texture. So the next one I have is a very basic one. It's called Sound Waveform Display. And basically what it does is it prints a PNG of the waveform and puts it down here. I'm working with sound a lot, and of course you can go to playback and scrub and sync audio, but I actually like seeing the waveform while I am especially doing like talking sequences, especially with Oscar.
Hey, welcome to Flip the Script.
because I can see like, oh, this is when he speaks, he stops and then speaks again, and I can kind of like sync to his animation really easy if I can view the waveform. And you can change the size and do all that. It sometimes does crash, or at least my Blender crashes, maybe because it's on Mac, I don't know. And this will disappear after it closes, so you have to like just like re-enable it. And sometimes it takes a second to like, I think it's like listening to the waveform and then printing and then making an actual texture of it and then overlaying it onto the Blender. So if it like kind of like freezes and loads for a second, like don't worry, that's pretty normal. The next one I am including is another utility one that I think is pretty handy dandy. It's called Collect All Files. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you go to external data and you pack your resources, it's collecting all of the textures from other folders and files and packing it into there. You can have it automatic, but I can't stand doing that. When you do that, it packs all the files, and then every time I want to change a texture, I have to like go through these menus and then do that and then add another one. And it's like, when you don't have that enabled, this is just a folder and then you can click it once and then look for the texture. It's a very like small thing. Anyways, when you're doing that, it takes all the textures, I think even font files and stuff, but it won't collect video files. And for this one, I am doing a bunch of videos. I'm doing like a museum kind of thing. And with this video game, I need to have those video files in the texture folder, because I have like different folders where all my assets are, and I'm not going to just constantly go through those, pull them out or copy them and put them in the texture folder. I wanted to do it automatically. So this little collect all external files is really handy dandy. It does all of this stuff. I never really needed any of this stuff, but I need the movie clip one.
Are you tired of spending hours searching for the perfect snare? Do you keep cycling through the same old sounds, hoping something magical will happen? Well, stop right there. Introducing Super Commie Pack 1, the ultimate collection of 50 unique samples, crafted to spark your creativity. And that's not all. Most samples come with MIDI tracks so you can tweak, flip, and customize them however you like. But wait, there's more. These sounds are made for fun, for experimentation, and for making music without overthinking it. Whether you're laying down a groove, flipping a sample, or just messing around, this pack has everything you need to bring your ideas to life. Hurry! This exclusive sample pack is not sold in stores. Grab your copy today! Samples are 100% royalty-free, copyright-free, and free. Use them in your beats, your songs, your mixtapes, your grandma's ringtones. We don't care. Just don't resell them or claim them as your own, because that's weird. Side effects may include instant inspiration, uncontrollable head nodding, and an urge to make fire beats at 3 a.m. No refunds, no regrets, only vibes. I love you. Time is an illusion. Bye now.
Come here, butter.
The next one I wanted to show you guys is this Drips PSX EFX add-on. Less of an add-on, but it's like a bunch of node groups that can like help you get that PS1 and that Nintendo 64 look. It has like texture warping, where it kind of like warps the texture when you're looking at it at a specific angle. PS1 did this a lot. Texture vertex snapping. Basically what happens especially on PS1, the vertexes, the dots, are actually snapping to a grid, and it gives that look. Distance culling, basically. Color crunching and pixelation. I mean, this one you can do without it. And then it has the CRT scanline things, and also the dithering. The dithering is actually not too bad. In this latest flip the script, I used the dither. So this is what it looks like without the dither, because this is post-processing. And then, yeah, it adds that little bit of crunch, a little bit of dithering. Very subtle, but nice. You can like crank it up. It's got like 8 pixel size. So it's like very crunchy, you know? It's really nice. And then like some of these are in the group thing. When you download the thing, you'll know how to install it like correctly. It does cost money, but honestly, it's worth it. Okie dokie, on to the next ones. I'm going to talk more about rigging for a lot of my, at least, humanoid character rigs. I use Auto Rig Pro. When it comes to my very weird characters that aren't humanoid, I make my own rigs and stuff like that. But for these characters, I love all the custom controls and what they have to offer, and I think it's good enough for me. So when it comes to using auto rig, I'm not going to go like super into detail with it. You can go through these settings. They have different ones. Wow, they have a bird one. I didn't know they had a bird one. Horse, dog, human, blah blah blah. I like to just do the smart thing. And the neck, you just like place like where these things are. Shoulders, I don't have shoulders because I hate working with them. The wrist, spine root, ankles, and I don't have fingers. Spine count, I usually just do 2. My characters aren't very complex. And yeah, I don't have facial bones. Go. Oh, well, it noticed my rig over here, and then I guess it did it over here for some reason. And then you have this rig, and then you hit match the rig, and bam, it generates all the controllers. And you can add custom bones to this. It gets a little complicated, but you can Google it if you want to add custom bones. I do that a good amount of times. And then when I want to go to Unity, I use another add-on called Game Rig Tools. I have mentioned this before. Basically, how this works, let me just make a very basic. So I'm gonna name this kit dance. Boom, boom, push down. That adds it to the non-linear, the NLA. I hate this thing. It is so confusing, but I have to use it. Anyways, so we're gonna go to our auto rig, and we're gonna auto detect it. Or if you don't want to do that, you can find it yourself. So we're gonna boop right there, generate rig. It has these different presets. I usually pick flat hierarchy because I'm working with a lot of like stretching and deforming the face and doing a lot of size stuff, and the default one doesn't do that, I think, when it transfers over into Unity. So I just go with the flat hierarchy. I'm gonna name this. I do like kit game rig and generate, and then here's our 2 rigs. This is our game rig, and this is our Blender rig or whatever. And you can toggle between these. We don't have any animations on the game rig. We need to transfer those over from our other rig. So we're gonna go back, and so if you hit tab here, you can show, make it active. We're gonna go back, hit active, or you can hit load all, or from NLA, and then here's our animation. We're gonna go down to Bake Action Bakery. That's kind of a weird name, honestly. Never really noticed it until now. And then for suffix, I like to add the _GR, just so I know like which animation is from my Blender rig and what's from my game rig. So then I hit OK. Okay, it gives me this error, and it's because I have this selected still. I don't know why, it just doesn't. You have to make sure you come out of that. Baked action rig, press OK, bam, it's there. Now our game rig is ready. And then you just export it. Export the FBX, you know, and blah, blah, blah. Do all that, bada bing, bada boom. Your game rig is ready. Another rig one, or another armature one that I think is pretty handy is Rig-A-Car. Basically self-explanatory. It's for rigging cars. It's a very simple rig. I think you can add custom bones to it. I haven't done that yet. But anyways, basically you don't really have to do any weight painting. You just have to make sure everything is named correctly. So I have all of this grouped for the body, and I think it's just named body. And then the wheels have to be wheel.ft front left, wheel.ft right. The truck part you don't need, but this part you really need. And then BK left, and then BK right. And then you're gonna select all of the car. Go to armature, car. I don't know why it moved that. It might have been because I already had a rig on it and I deleted it. I don't know. Anyways, and then this will pop up on the side. If it doesn't pop up, it should be at the bottom or whatever. And hit generate. And then bam, you have a fully functioning car rig. And it has suspension, it has wheels, woo-woo. It has brakes, and even, I don't know what this is, but does more of that stuff. It has the movement, obviously, and the churning of the wheels. And you can even drift. And it keeps the wheels, like the front wheels, straight. Isn't that so cool? And for the most part, I mean, this is enough for most rigs. I mean, obviously it'd be nice to have the doors open and stuff like that, but you can add that later. This will get you like 80% of the way, and for the most part, 80% is all I need. Oh yeah, and the last one I wanted to include in this video is this one called Simple Tabs. And Simple Tabs is a very basic one. The longer you use Blender, the quicker you'll realize how much clutter right here this adds up. Like, you just like download so many add-ons, and like some are like one-time things, and you know, it's like I don't use like half of these. I deleted most of them just because I was so tired of scrolling through all of this. So this little add-on keeps things a bit organized, and you can move these around. And so, like, you know, I have Game Rig Tools and Auto Rig Pro at the top because I use these all the time. Before, this was like all the way at the bottom. So like, I would have to scroll all the way down, go to Auto Rig. Well, I have to hit finish to change. I would have to scroll all the way down, go to Auto Rig Pro, scroll all the way up, go to Game Rig Tools. And it's just annoying. So basically, you just rearrange everything you want and hit check mark. And you can even delete them. You know, you can be like, I don't use this. I don't use Rig-A-Car that much. Boom. Hit check. And if you want them back, you can hit refresh. I will say, it is a little buggy. I've had problems where it doesn't move things, or it doesn't move them right. Like here, it shows AutoViz all the way at the bottom. Well, why is it all the way at the top? Doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's really annoying, but for the most part, it does the job. Anyways, that is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed this. And if there's any add-ons that you like, that you use a lot, please let me know, because I want to know more. You can never have enough add-ons. They make the world go around. All right, well, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you. Are you ready to take the magic of the imagination home? Well, come on down to the Kami Shopping University. We got shirts, bags, hats and bags, and even more to come.